So, Brad, talking about self-managed super funds, there has been some rule changes around certain expenses that sometimes someone could make and pay personally, but then journal into or expense in the fund is one line of thinking I want to touch on with you. Versus other things like, I don't know, maybe personal insurances, life, TPD, or total and permanent disablement, or even income protection insurance type costs. What costs can you pay for through a fund? What sort of things do you recommend, and what sort of things do you definitely don't recommend?
I think the main ones, you've got your ongoing administration, your audit fee, your ASIC fee, those kind of accounting fees, all those fees that are through the super fund, they're all tax deductible because they're ongoing costs from that sort of things. Your life and TPD, good to have in super because you'll normally have that coverage in your retail super fund. Income protection is an interesting one. We do see a lot of clients that start trying to put income protection in super. It is possible, but they still get a tax deduction. But you've got to think again, the tax benefit in super is 15%. But if your marginal tax rate's 32 cents, 40 cents, 47 cents, that tax deduction benefit in your own name on income protection is going to be a lot more than what it would be in super. The only reason we do see some clients putting it in super is from a cash flow perspective. The super fund's paying for it rather than themselves personally paying for it and getting the tax deduction at the end of the year from that sort of things. Look, those costs, they're the main costs that we see. Look, you can do any courses where you're trying to do courses for trustees or improving knowledge. They're not deductible in the super fund at all because they're trustees. That's your obligation as a trustee. It's not the super fund's deductible cost. When you're buying property, all those title costs, all the stamp duty, all the agent's fees, they all get capitalised and will be reducing that capital gain when you sell the property. There are costs where you've got like your brokerage costs or your advisor fees or investment management fees. If you wanted to do investment courses, look, you've got to be really careful that it's actually what's the benefit to the super fund, or is it just a benefit to the trustees to make better investment choices? That's not a deductible expense to the SMSF as such. Yeah.
No, good summary. Appreciate that. Thanks for that.